Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to make this video today because it's been so long since I posted my last video. It was more than 2 years ago. I remember COVID was still happening. And here we are now in 2023. Can you believe it? Time is flying by so quick. But yeah, the reason why I've been gone for so long, it's because my life just drastically changed. I moved countries. I started university. So that's why today I just thought it was a good time to make this video. I'm on holiday, so I'm nice and relaxed, and I'd like to talk about my experience in Canada. That's where I moved for university. So I just thought I would bring a more chill format where I'm gonna do a get ready with me. I'll do a natural makeup, and I'll also talk about my life and my experiences. So yeah, how about we get on with the video? All right, so I'm just gonna get ready to do my makeup. And first of all, I'm gonna start with some oil for my skin. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. So basically, when was it? 2 years ago, well, actually September 2021, I moved to Canada for university. I moved to Vancouver, which is a really nice city. I really like it. But I do gotta say, it hasn't been easy. Like in the beginning when I moved there, it was tough. It was definitely tough because, you know, I moved there on my own. I didn't know anyone there except my roommate who I know from high school. But everything was new to me. The culture there is so different. Things are very expensive, and it just has been hard to like adapt. And, you know, things like setting up a new bank account or taking care of the house on my own, cooking, doing the groceries. Like when you live with your parents, you don't really understand how difficult those things are because you kind of take it for granted, right? Because they do it for you every day. But when you go and live on your own, you really start to realize, man, I should have appreciated what my parents did for me more, because this stuff isn't easy. It's part of being an adult, which I'm not saying that it's bad at all. Actually, like, it's a really good experience. It really makes you grow as a person. And if I were to look at 2020 Sophia and 2023 Sophia, I can say I'm really proud of where I am now. But at the same time, I know there are still so many things that can be better, that I can improve on as a person. But yeah, now I'm just taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade and I'm just gonna do my brows. Also, sorry if I'll be looking down. My mirror is like literally right here. But yeah, I'm studying psychology and I finished my 3rd year. And now I'm on holiday back in Italy to visit my parents, my friends. And next year in September, I will be going into my 4th year, which will be my final year. And hopefully I'll be able to graduate next May. Now, let's talk about that. I'm so excited to graduate because it's a big achievement. But at the same time, guys, I do not feel ready at all. Like, at all. I just feel like I'm still really young and I still have so much to learn. And graduating is kind of shocking because I will really be out there on my own. I'll have to find a full-time job. I'll earn my own money. I'll support myself financially. That's basically adult life. I think what I learned is to not stress too much about the future. I'm a really anxious person, extremely anxious, let's say, and I tend to worry a lot about the future. I'm definitely not a day-by-day person, like, oh yeah, let's see how tomorrow goes. and then we can think about the rest later. No, I like to plan, I like to organize, I like to have everything ready and set up, because that way I just feel safer, you know? But I learned that you can't plan everything all the time. There are things that are completely out of your control, and you just can't do anything about that. You just kind of have to hope and see how it goes. And most importantly, you have to be prepared to face those difficulties and to know how you're gonna react to them. Now, should we discuss a little bit about what university life is like and how it's different from high school? It's extremely different from high school. It has pros and cons. I would say the best part of university is that you have a lot of flexibility. Definitely a lot of flexibility, which can also be a bad thing sometimes, because if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of self-discipline, then it can really bring you on the wrong track. Because when you have a lot of flexibility, for example, like let's say you get to decide your schedule and you get to decide whether to go to class or not, because a lot of classes don't take attendance, right? So it's completely up to you. So it can become very dangerous because you might just fall off track and fall behind very easily. So definitely being your own, how do we say this? Like source of motivation is very important in university, because no one else will motivate you as much as you motivate yourself. And when I feel very demotivated, very down, I kind of just remind myself of what my end goal is, which is to, you know, build my future and make important steps towards my career as a therapist, because that's my dream. That is what I want to be. Which, like, I don't know, just really encourages me to keep going. Another very, very unexpected thing that happened to me was that I realized that it's actually really difficult to make friends in university. When you hear people talk about university and you think of university as a really big campus, lots of people, lots of different backgrounds, right? You think that, oh, I'll have no problem making friends. But actually, for me at least, that wasn't the case. I hope that I'm not saying like that it's like that for everyone. I really hope that a lot of people were able to make lots of good friends. But for me, it wasn't that way. Partly of it is because I moved to Canada in my second year of university, because I had to do my first year online back in Italy. And the first year is when you really get to make friends. So I completely lost that opportunity, right? So when I moved to Canada, I was already my second year and I was living off campus. So it's even more difficult to make friends. And when I was going to classes, the classes are huge. I'm talking about like 200 people for a room, which is a lot of people. And I noticed that people just tend to like sit on their own or sit with people they already know. So I think that was like very difficult for me to accept. But I learned that at the end of the day, you don't really need that many friends. Like if you already have a few good and close friends, you're honestly set. I'm very lucky to have my best friend, but the only problem is that she lives in a whole different country. She lives in Germany. So when I'm in Canada, it's like, you know, it's not like she can be there physically, but honestly, our friendship is so strong because although we're so far away, we always keep in contact. We always like update each other. We video call. And it's almost as if we're physically together. And I'm so thankful for that. So thinking about what I already have, the friends I already have, definitely helped me get through that difficult time. I also tried to push myself out of my comfort zone and actually like sit next to someone when I go to class, you know, because I think it's a good way to start a conversation, especially like sometimes when you have to discuss certain things, or like when there are group activities. That's definitely a really good incentive to make friends. So make sure you do that. But yeah, right now I just put on some liquid contour. I use the Mizauda liquid concealer and this Korean, it's called Peri Pera liquid blush. It gives a very, very natural effect. And now I'm just gonna go and set everything with this Maybelline setting powder. I forgot to put some lip balm, so I'm gonna go do that now while I finish my makeup. This is such a good lip balm. It's the Kiehl's lip balm. Definitely recommend. It's kind of pricey, but it's worth it. And now I'm gonna move on to highlighter. I recently just made a huge investment in buying this highlighter. This is the Charlotte Tilbury highlight in the shade Spotlight. And this was expensive, but I wanted this for such a long time. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. This can be my birthday gift for myself, I guess. And I've actually, yeah, this brings me to the next topic that I wanted to talk about is work. I've actually been working in Canada because, as I said, like life there is super expensive. Groceries are expensive. Going out to eat is really expensive. You gotta tip, you gotta like pay taxes, and you know, I just don't want to put all the weight on my parents. So I thought like, no, I want to go and actually like make my own money. So I got 2 part-time jobs. I worked as a sales associate at a shoe store, and I also got this like little university job. And that really helped. It's really difficult to balance work and university, but I think if your like workload is not too heavy, for example, I'm only taking 4 courses instead of 5, then it's a lot easier to find time for like a part-time job. You just need to make sure that it has like very flexible hours that you can decide. Because I'd say if you do it that way, then it's pretty manageable. It feels so satisfying when you get your first like paycheck, because you're like, wow, this is like actually my own money. I made it. It's so nice. Always take a moment to celebrate your achievements, as little or big as they may be, because that's the first step towards self-confidence, and it also just like motivates you to keep going, you know? And the thing is, in life, not everything you want comes to you at once, unless you get lucky, or there are definitely cases where, you know, people just get very rich in a very short time, or they're just very successful. But most times you have to work hard for what you want and to achieve your goals. And if you are upset about the first failure, it's gonna be really hard to keep going. So always make sure, even if you fail, like that's okay, it's part of the journey. And if you fail one thing, it doesn't mean that your whole ideal future is ruined. No, you still have so many opportunities, so much more time to do other things and to focus on improving yourself. And yeah, I'm giving all this advice, guys, but like, to be fully honest with you, it's also hard for me to follow it, because I expect a lot from myself. For example, school, like I expect to get a really good grade, or work, I expect to get a good job that has a high paying salary. But it's not always like that, especially in the beginning. And if I don't get that, then I just start questioning myself. I'm like, am I not good enough? What am I doing wrong? And it can become very demoralizing to the point where I'm just like, okay, maybe I just need to change everything. Maybe I'm just on the wrong path. But no, that's just part of the journey. So have faith and trust in what you do. All right, so my makeup is pretty much almost done. I just put some inner corner highlighter and now I'm just gonna go with some mascara. But what I want to say to kind of end this video is, if you ever have the opportunity to go abroad to work or study, take it immediately. Sometimes it's a train that passes only once and doesn't come back. So hop on that train and go on that journey because it will be worth it. There will be obstacles, but that's exactly what makes it worth it, because once you overcome those obstacles, you will feel so confident, so proud of yourself for growing. And also, like, just traveling and going abroad is a great way to open your mind to very different cultures, a wide variety of people who you actually have so much to learn from. Because if you always stay in your little circle, in your little town, the people you're gonna encounter are always gonna be the same and probably with very similar mindsets as you. So what do you really have to learn from them? Not much, right? But if you go abroad, you go to, I don't know, or you even go to another city in your country, you'll already see so many more differences. So definitely take advantage of that. All right, now I'm just gonna go with some lip gloss to top off this makeup look. And then I'll be done. So this is the final makeup look. As you can see, it's very simple, but still very nice and glowy. So pretty quick to achieve. But yeah, anyway guys, that was a really fun talk. I honestly really enjoyed this Get Ready With Me, and I hope you did as well. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below, and I already have so many more ideas for my next videos. I'm on my summer break now, so I'll be a lot more active. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you all have a good day or a good night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!